special broadcast. I'm Akshita Nandagopal joining you from Chennai, where the political temperatures are at a high. Days to go for April 6th, so the countdown is well and truly on for the fate to be sealed of all our political leaders here in Tamil Nadu. It's been a very, very heated campaign, and over the next half hour, I'm going to be getting you all the details that you need to know about this mega political blockbuster.
Tamil Nadu's mega political starcast. Incumbent EPS versus challenger Stalin. Rising sun Udayanidhi. Special appearance by Kamal Haasan. Who will Tamil Nadu choose in its leading role? Tamil Nadu's political blockbuster.
Come April 6th, the fate of all political leaders in Tamil Nadu will be sealed. They'll have to wait for another month, however. May 2nd is when we'll know who the people of Tamil Nadu have chosen. But I just want to quickly break down first for you the political starcast in this blockbuster.
As Tamil Nadu elections are just a few days away, let's take you through the key characters here in the upcoming Tamil Nadu polls. Let's start with Edappadi Palaniswamy. He's the Chief Minister, the incumbent, hoping to come back to power this time, while his challenger is right now MK Stalin. It seems like a toughest challenger here. MK Stalin is waiting to come to power in Tamil Nadu. And then you have MK Stalin's son, Udayanidhi Stalin, who's a rising star, seems like a star campaigner for the DMK all through the state. And then you have, of course, special appearance, Kamal Haasan, who's, of course, contesting most constituencies and is putting all his efforts to make some headway into Tamil Nadu. While on the last year, we have Rajnikant, who apparently is a no-show, considering that all along, for the last few years, he said that he's going to take the political plunge, and at the end, said he won't.
Let's start off with the AIADMK. Stakes are as high as they get for the party, and particularly for the leadership. Both EPS and OPS have a lot at stake in this election. They'll be hoping for a win, because if they don't do well, it will perhaps mean that there's going to be a huge challenge for them to retain leadership in the party.
The fight for the throne. It's a battle of existence for EPS and OPS, the AIADMK duo who hope to retain power both in government and in the party. Few years ago, nobody would have believed that Edappadi K. Palaniswamy would be the Chief Minister. But in Tamil Nadu politics, anything is possible. He was handpicked not by Amma, but by Chinnamma Sasikala after endless resort drama. EPS, bowing before Sasikala, was named the Chief Minister. Sasikala expected 100% loyalty from EPS. That, however, did not happen.
Sasikala வெளியே வர பட்சத்துல அதிமுக விட இணையருக்கு
ஒண்ணும் வாய்ப்பே கிடையாது. அவர்கள் கட்சியிலே இல்ல. சார் இந்த 7 பேர் அதிமுக கட்சியிலே கிடையாது.
EPS carved a political identity for himself and is now the undisputed leader of the AIADMK. Palaniswamy's stronghold is Edappadi in Salem, and from a farming background, he's risen to become the Chief Minister. He has also faced several attacks from the opposition. He's being called a traitor, an opportunist and whatnot.
இத சொன்னம்மா இத சொன்ன அதாவது டேபிள் சேர் கடியில பூந்து டேபிள் கீழ தான படுத்திருக்காரு மூஞ்சி நெறிதா.
He has also faced a slew of personal attacks on his character and even his family.
இது கூட இல்லாம முந்தான நாள் வரைக்கும் வெள்ளமண்டியில வேலை பார்த்த எடப்பாடி பழனிசாமி ஸ்டாலினுக்கு போட்டினா அது என்ன விதத்துல நியாயம்? அந்த எங்களுடைய தலைவர் ஸ்டாலின் போட்டிருக்க கால் செருப்புக்கு ₹1 உன்னை விட விலை அதிகம்.
இன்னைக்கு ஒரு முதலமைச்சருக்கே இப்படிப்பட்ட நிலைமை என்றால் உங்களை போல் இருக்கின்ற மக்களுக்கு யார் பாதுகாப்பு கொடுப்பது? இதெல்லாம் ஆட்சிக்கு அதிகாரத்துக்கு வந்தால் இந்த பெண்ணுடைய நிலைமை என்ன ஆகுது, தாய்மாருடைய நிலை என்னவாகுது சிந்தித்து பாருங்க. தயவு செய்து அது எனக்காக நான் கேட்கவில்லை.
It's been a rocky road for the Chief Minister, but can he weather this election storm remains the question. For the AIADMK leadership, this is a do-or-die battle. O. Paneerselvam, who went from Chief Minister to Deputy Chief Minister, has a lot at stake too. He became EPS's deputy after endless drama that started with his famous Dharma Yuddham against Sasikala. OPS sat at Amma's Samadhi and meditated, and thereby threw a challenge at the Mannargudi clan.
அம்மா அவர்களால் 10 ஆண்டுகளுக்கு முன்னால் தரப்பட்ட பொருளாளர் அந்த பதவியினை நான் மாண்புமிகு அம்மாவுடைய மனநிறைவு கொள்கின்ற அளவில் பணியாற்றியிருக்கிறேன். அந்த பதவியிலிருந்து நீக்குவதற்கு தமிழகத்தில் யாருக்கும் உரிமை.
His gamble failed. OPS was left with a handful of AIADMK leaders, and it looked like he had lost the power game. But then the master stroke. A reconciliation of warring factions. EPS and OPS joined hands. Everyone knew OPS wanted to be the chief minister, but he simply did not have the numbers to push for the throne.
மாண்புமிகு அம்மா அவர்கள் மறைந்ததுக்கு பின்னால் நம்முடைய அருமை எடப்பாடி பழனிசாமி அவர்கள் மாண்புமிகு அம்மாவுடைய தந்த ஆட்சியை இன்றைக்கு அடிபரலாமல் அம்மா அவர்கள் எந்த பாதையில் நடந்து மக்களுக்கு பயணித்தார்களோ, மக்களுக்கு நல்ல வள திட்டங்களை தந்தார்களோ, அதை அப்படியே நடைமுறைப்படுத்துகிற முதலமைச்சராக இன்றைக்கு நம்முடைய ஆட்சி.
Now, AIADMK might look like a united faction under Chief Minister Edappadi K. Palaniswamy. However, a defeat in this election translates to the party breaking into factions again. And that's the reason the Chief Minister is desperate to win this election and cement his post as the undisputed Talevar of AIADMK. With camera person Divyan, Pramod Madhav for India Today.
And the political rivals of EPS-OPS, N.K. Stalin, he's been going all out in his campaign, making a push this time to be the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, the first time ever. He's held several posts in the past. He's been an MLA before, but this perhaps is his biggest test. Without his father, M.K. Stalin is having to stand on his own this time around and prove himself.
For 68-year-old DMK chief M.K. Stalin, the 2021 elections hold a special challenge. This is Stalin's first poll as a chief ministerial candidate and the DMK's first ballot battle without the overpowering presence of Karunanidhi. For the longest time, Stalin was a prince in waiting. His political grooming by his father was spread through 5 decades. And now the moment has finally arrived for Stalin to prove his worth. One thing is for sure, it isn't going to be an easy ride to the chief minister's chair. The DMK chief, Stalin took over the mantle of the party after Kaligna's death in 2018. By then, the AIADMK had got over its post-Jayalalitha internal crisis. The AIADMK has not only completed its tenure, but is also prepped up for another battle.
ஸ்டாலின் அப்படி அடைஞ்சிருக்கார். அவர் அப்பா முதலமைச்சர் வந்து திமுக கட்சி தலைவர் இருந்தாலும் உனக்கு சீட்டு கிடைச்சு, உனக்கு அப்பாவுடைய செல்வாக்குல நீ ஜெயிச்சு வந்துட்ட. இங்க வந்து பாரு, கிராமத்துல வந்து பாரு, இல்ல நகரத்துல வந்து பாரு, ஒரு கவுன்சில் ஜெயிக்கிறது எவ்வளவு கஷ்டம். ஒரு கவுன்சில்ல ஜெயிக்கிறது எப்படி, ஒரு பிரசிடண்ட் ஜெயிக்கிறது எப்படி, ஒரு சேர்மன் ஜெயிக்கிறது எப்படின்னு களத்துல வந்து பார்த்தா தான் தெரியும். களத்துல வந்து பார்க்காத அப்பாவுடைய விலாசத்துல நீங்க பதவிக்கு வந்திருக்கிற.
Dynasty politics has always been a tool used by the AIADMK to target the DMK. In these elections, though, rather than trying to combat the dynasty issue, Stalin is proudly going around saying he's Karunanidhi's successor.
நான் வாய் பிடிச்சதோ மாங்காய் பிடிச்சன்னு பேச மாட்டேன், எதையும் ஆதாரத்தோடு தான் பேசுவேன். மோடி மாதிரிலாம் எதை வேணாலும் பேசிட்டு நான் போயிட மாட்டேன். நான் கலைஞருடைய மகன் ஸ்டாலின். எதை ஆதாரத்தோட தான் பேசுவேன்.
To Stalin's credit, he has climbed up the ranks in the DMK. Power was not bestowed on him overnight. From being a party member to a mayor to a MLA and then deputy chief minister, Stalin has worked his way up. Even though he knew very early that the baton will be passed on to him.
MK Stalin has proven his mettle repeatedly, first as mayor of Chennai, then as rural administration minister, and then as deputy chief minister. In the 2019 Lok Sabha elections, MK Stalin led the DMK alliance to win 39 out of 40 seats in Tamil Nadu and Puducherry. Tamil Nadu is poised to enter a difficult phase over the next 10 years, largely because of the mess created by the AIADMK and the threats arising out of the expansion of the BJP.
Since middle of 2020, Stalin has worked hard to change his persona. From impromptu bicycle rides around the city to even sporting a new hairstyle. Stalin has been experimenting with strategies to project a DMK chief who is still young at heart.
Mr. Stalin has several advantages coming into this election. First of all, the AIADMK government has been in power for 10 years, so there is some level of anti-incumbency, even though it's not large.
The AIADMK had seen a massive victory in 2016 under the leadership of Jayalalitha. During her reign, she kept the BJP at bay. The political environment has changed now. Her party now is in alliance with the BJP, hoping to bank on Prime Minister Modi's popularity. But the DMK is seeing the AIADMK-BJP alliance as working in its favour.
The AIADMK has largely become a branch office of the Bharatiya Janata Party and has been colluding with the central government against the interest of the state. State autonomy has become a myth under the present dispensation. The AIADMK leadership, or lack thereof, has set Tamil Nadu back by 20 years. Palanisamy has been the most inept person to have led the state, and his downright inability to formulate a modern socio-economic vision has resulted in years of economic progress being frittered away.
Stalin might not come across as the orator or the Chanakya of politics that his father was, but he has a history of working hard and winning support. The DMK chief proved his mettle in the 2019 general elections, winning 38 of the 39 seats in the Lok Sabha polls. Stalin is hoping to recreate that magic in the assembly elections as well. The AIADMK knows it has a battle ahead, and its campaign has revolved around telling people that EPS has been working on Amma's vision and legacy.
The legacy has been fully taken in by EPS. I think running the government for the last 4 years has touched every section of the society, and almost the same way as Amma took on the mantle of ADMK in 1989. And a decisive victory where 27 MLA seats were won by Amma led to the party integration in 1991. And I think Edapadi has done the same thing, where this year he has visited all the constituencies. He has kind of been the primary campaigner for us all over the place. And Amma's philosophies, Amma's practices have always guided us, like the kind of manifesto that we've come up with. It is almost a replay of what Amma would have done if she were alive. You know, she gave fan mixie grinder, and now we are committing to give washing machine and solar cooker and 6 gas cylinders. They're very astutely targeting the housewife section. And while we are doing this, DMK is engaged in a verbal battle against the women.
The disadvantages are the image of the DMK itself from their last government in between 2006 and 11, when there were the law and order issues in terms of land grabbing and in terms of rowdyism and so on. The BJP has been trying to derive by painting the DMK as an anti-Hindu party. That does not appear to have worked. The other very big advantage is the solid support that Mr. Stalin has from the minorities, close to 15% of vote, and almost 90% of that 15% is going to go to the Congress-DMK combined.
The DMK is seeing these elections as a make-or-break contest. Star campaigners have been campaigning across the length and breadth of the state. Stalin is personally supervising every aspect of the campaign, even ticking off leaders for certain unsavory comments.
To do a trend analysis, the last week has been a week where DMK has made big mistake, especially letting loose Raja on the women of Tamil Nadu. He was hoping to insult the chief minister, but what he ended up doing is to insult the entire women community, and that incident alone would have dragged down DMK by at least 5%.
At the age of 31 in 1987, M.K. Stalin contested his first elections but had failed. After that, he had grown up the ladder both in the party as well as in the state politics. Now, with the demise of former Chief Minister and DMK patriarch M. Karunanidhi, the DMK's mantle has been passed over to M.K. Stalin. And this will be the biggest testing ground for him, the 2021 election polls. What will happen is something that will be decided on April 6th. But will his long dream of becoming the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu happen or not is something that we have to wait and watch. With camera person Daniel from Chennai, this is Akshay Nath for India Today.
There's another leader in the DMK that everyone's talking about. Stalin Jr., Udayanidhi Stalin, from actor-producer to now a politician. Udayanidhi Stalin has been given a ticket from the Cheppok constituency in Chennai. A lot of focus on whether he can prove himself. He's been going all out in his campaigns, very entertaining campaigns where he's even lashed out at Chief Minister Edapadi Palaniswamy and Prime Minister Modi.
The young crown prince of DMK, who is sidelined many senior DMK leaders.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi targeting DMK's rising sun, with a clear bid to highlight Stalin Jr.'s dynastic roots, claiming the Crown Prince sidelined DMK veterans.
The young Crown Prince of DMK, who is sidelined many senior DMK leaders, he too made horrible remarks. DMK had done nothing to stop him.
Not to be left behind, Udayanidhi hit back, accusing the Prime Minister of sidelining veterans like Advani, Venkaiah and Yashwant, and grabbing the Prime Minister's chair.
பாஜகல அத்வானின்னு ஒருத்தர் இருந்தாருமா. இந்தியா முழுக்க அவர்தான் ரத யாத்திரைலாம் போனாரு. அடுத்த பிரதமரா அவர்தான் வர போறாருன்னு சொன்னாங்க. இப்ப அத்வானி எங்க இருக்காருன்னு யாருக்கு தெரியும்? யாருக்கும் தெரியாது. ஓரம் கட்டிட்டாரு. யஷ்வந்த் சின்ஹான்னு ஒருத்தர் இருந்தாரு. மோடியோட டார்ச்சர் தாங்காம கட்சியை விட்டு போய் வேற கட்சியில சேர்ந்துட்டாரு. வெங்கையா நாயுடுன்னு ஒருத்தர் இருந்தார் தெரியுமாமா? அவர்தான் அடுத்த பிரதமர்னாங்க. அவரையும் ஓரம் கட்டியாச்சு.
Apart from the dynast face-off, Udayanidhi's vitriolic attack on EPS and Sashikala had also prompted a counter from Modi.
அவர் அப்படிதான் விழுந்து கிடந்தாரு. சசிகலாவோட கால் அப்படிதான் விழுந்து கிடந்தாரு. டேபிள் சார்க்கெல்லாம் உள்ள போட்டு விட்டுங்க அந்த அம்மா கால் வலியும் போட்டுருப்பாரு. இப்போ
To insult women is a part of the Congress DMK culture. A few days back, one of the MLA candidates of DMK, Mr. Dindigo Leone, made horrible remarks on women. DMK had done nothing to stop him.
Not just Modi, the Stalin Jr. had recently locked horns with Tamil Nadu Chief Minister EPS over a host of issues like dynasty, reported threat to a Tamil Nadu top cop, and kowtowing to the BJP.
உதயாநிதி அவர் என்ன பதவியில் இருக்காரு? உயர் போலீஸ் அதிகாரி மிரட்டுறார். அவரையே மிரட்டுறாங்கன்னா இங்க இருக்கிற திருப்பரங்குன்ற மக்களுடைய நிலை என்ன? நம்ம காவல்துறை தான் பாதுகாப்பு கொடுக்குது. அடிபடிச்சு வச்சிருவாங்க. அவருடைய ஆட்சி வந்துட்டான்.
சரி, நான் கைது பண்ணுங்க அப்படின்னு தூண்டி விடுறவர் திரு எடப்பாடி பழனிசாமி அவர்கள் தான். இந்த எடுபடி அடிமை ஆட்சி தான். ஆனா அதை செய்ய ஒருத்தர் இருக்காரு, அவர் தான் ஸ்பெஷல் டிஜிபி திரு ராஜேஷ் தாஸ். பேரெல்லாம் நாங்க ஞாபகம் வச்சிருப்போம். இன்னும் 5 மாசம் தான் இருக்கு.
நம்ம ஒவ்வொருத்தருக்கும் தேவை 5 யானை பலம், 6 குதிரை பலம்.
Actor, producer and now politician Udayanidhi Stalin is making his poll debut this time, choosing late Karunanidhi's Chepok Bashan, getting the DMK ticket after being interviewed by party chief and father Stalin. Will he live up to the illustrious family record? Bureau Report, India Today.
We have a superstar in the political blockbuster this time around. Ulaganayagal Kamal Haasan has now donned the politician's hat. Will he be a success or not remains to be seen. Some have said that he could be the kingmaker. Some have said that he's not going to have any effect whatsoever in this election. But he's projected himself as an alternative to the DMK and the AIADMK.
Taking on the stronghold of Dravidian parties of Tamil Nadu.
Looking to win this election. You're not contesting simply to contest an election. Am I correct?
Absolutely no. We are not here to just contest.
Ulaganayagan has been drawing crowds and hopes to translate it to votes. We visited his hometown on the outskirts of Madurai to gauge the political mood on the ground. This building is the actor-turned-politician's ancestral home. While the property is no longer with the family, everyone in the town still refers to it as Kamal Haasan's home.
This is the ancestral home of Kamal Haasan. It's where tourists, locals all come swarming every once in a while to catch a glimpse of the house in which Kamal Haasan also was. And you can see that it's a matter of great pride for the residents of this area. His posters are plastered all around this building and across this entire area as well. They say with a lot of pride that Kamal Haasan is from our area.
The Makkal Nidhi Mayam founder and actor has taken on the AIADMK, BJP and the DMK in the Coimbatore South seat in a tripolar contest. Kamal recently attacked Prime Minister Modi, claiming that a North Indian is trying to dictate language, food habits and patriotism to the South.
மேல இருந்து ஒருத்தர் என்ன மொழி பேசணும்னு சொல்றாரு, என்ன சாப்பிடணும்னு சொல்றாரு, என்ன சிந்திக்கணும்னு சொல்றாரு, இந்த தேசத்தை எப்படி நேசிக்கணும்னு அவர் சொல்லி கொடுக்கிறார். யோ, உன்னோட ஊர் மேப்ல மேல இருக்குங்கிறதுனால அதான் மேலிடம் நினைச்சிராத. நீ இங்க இருந்து பார், இதுதான் தலைவாசல். இப்படி கோமா இங்க இருந்து ஒரு ஆளு போய் பேசுவான்னு பார்த்தா அங்க போய் கையை கட்டிட்டு நிக்கிறாரு. இருந்தாலும்
he has even lashed out at the freebie culture of the AIADMK, making it clear he wouldn't offer sops to voters.
இதுக்கு மேல இலவசம் கொடுத்தாங்கன்னா உங்க தலையில இன்னும் கடன் வைக்கிறாங்க. நீங்க அந்த வருஷம் வாஷிங் மிஷினை தேவையற்ற அதிக விலை கொடுத்து வாங்குவதாகத்தான் அர்த்தமே தவிர இலவசமாக உங்கள் வீட்டுக்கு வந்து விட்டது என்று நினைத்துக் கொண்டிருப்பது. இப்ப நீங்க கடைசியா அந்த இவங்க ஆட்சியிலிருந்து நீங்கி விட்டார்கள், கசானா காலியாக இருக்கும். இவர்கள் கொடுத்த வாஷிங் மிஷினுக்கான பில் உங்கள் தலையில் வரும். அதாவது நல்லா சாப்பிட்டுட்டு அது அங்க இருக்காரு, அவர் பில்லு கொடுத்தாருன்னு சொல்லிட்டு சாப்பிட்டு போனதுக்கு சமாதானம்.
The reason I'm asking you,
speaking exclusively at the India Today Conclave South, Haasan had termed DMK as his main opponent.
I think DMK we could directly look as one to be one to vacate. ADMK will destroy itself with its own infighting. Both are evil for Tamil Nadu. We'll have to find a third alternative, and politics offers you that third choice also. We must look into that as well. We will.
Kamal Haasan is much loved for his iconic roles on the silver screen.
சம்பாரிச்ச காசை வீட்டுக்கு கொண்டாடுறதுக்குள்ள ரத்த அடிப்படணும். ஒரு நாளைக்காவது ராத்திரி வரல நாம உயிரோட இருப்போம் நம்பிக்கை உண்டா? இல்ல. அதனால தான் எங்களால கோர்ட் போலீஸ் நினைக்க முடியல.
Can he replicate the same success in his political life? Can he follow MGR and Jayalalitha to become Tamil Nadu's next superstar Neta to taste poll success? With Akshata Nandagopal in Chennai, Bureau Report, India Today.
And that's all we have time for in the special broadcast. Thank you very much for joining us here on India Today. And remember to stay tuned to us. We have a large election team getting you all the latest updates and the most comprehensive coverage as we count down to April 6th.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.